What's up, guys? This is Chris, and this is my channel, Barn on 11970. One more video before I start my day. This one's actually going to be a little bit more positive because the amazing thing is, if you don't give up and you start losing the fear, good things can come out of bad situations for those willing to rise above. There's a reason why your emotions are in the lower part of your spectrum. It's a lower form of energy. It's a lower vibration. That's why when you get nervous or upset, you feel it in the pit of your stomach. But when you're loving, you feel it in your heart. There are different areas of your body that emit different forms of energy. People don't want to hear about this stuff. They don't want to believe in it. That doesn't matter, but it's true. I've gotten a couple of people, I'm actually pleasantly surprised, because I haven't given up. I've been doing this for years, despite the attacks, despite the insults, despite losing some friends and family members, despite the majority of people ignoring it, and some people getting paid to hate it or having fun hating it. I haven't given up. And the responses I've been getting from a lot of the comments is amazing. And I've had a couple of people now tell me that because they've been watching me for so long and seeing that I haven't given up, it's inspired them to want to speak out and make their own videos. And I encourage that all the time. Fear is control. And if you allow yourself to be controlled, then is it any wonder why the message never gets out? And most people think of themselves in the terms of, well, I'm just one person. What can I do? Well, one person turned me from a sheep into the person I'm in today, the person I am today, because they cared enough to basically drop a bomb of information on me. It took me a while to process it. It took me years to get over the emotions of anger and frustration and confusion and get to a more and more higher vibration, because I went from wanting the fear and wanting to start fights and always trying to get really angry to now just dismissing the negativity because I don't want it in my life. It's a choice. And that doesn't mean that when you make that choice that things don't get bad. It's the test to see, well, is this what you prefer? And we'll keep giving it to you to see how you respond. And for a while I kept going back to that response of wanting to fight or want to be angry or getting frustrated until I realized I don't want it. But it doesn't mean it doesn't stop. It's how you deal with it. So when I talk about this stuff, it's not out of anger or fear. It's out of frustration that my message wasn't getting through the way I wanted it to. But I was more worried about the larger amount of people instead of one or two people, which is the main concept of my whole channel in itself. And most people think of, like I said, the concept of I'm only one person, what could I do? Well, if you have 1,000,001 individuals who are all doing the same thing, just imagine if all of those people thought, well, I'm only one person, what can I do? And all 1,000,000 of them just stayed silent. How many more people would miss out on their beneficial advice or wisdom or honesty or integrity? And we worry so much about these haters, the ones that do nothing but try and bring your vibration back down to that level of anger and the easier controlled emotions. And I used to either try and talk to them or fight back with them, and they win because it brings you to their level. There's a reason why they say to rise above. It's thinking with your mind, thinking with your heart. And that's why when people are really stressed out and have all those fears and emotions bottled up inside, they always end up with stomach problems. It's the lower vibration manifesting itself physically. And when you feel love, you feel lighter than air. You're being lifted. It just sounds crazy because you don't hear these things. So I encourage anyone out there. I mean, the easiest thing to do is just to share one of my videos or someone else's. That's not hard to do, hitting the share button or copy and pasting it onto a social network. You're doing a part. But if you start standing up and showing people you're not afraid and you make your own videos, more and more people will say, wait a minute, I can do that, or I want to do that, or I'm tired of being silent, because the silence is allowing evil to continue. And people, maybe this is what needed to be done. Maybe sometimes negativity has to come to the face of the people and say, look, here's a sneak preview of what's coming. Is this what you want? Maybe it's time people learn that violence is not the way. I mean, if violence was the way to solve things and bring about peace, we would be a peaceful world thousands of years ago. They use our emotions and our silence to their advantage. Because when you're silent, you allow evil to happen. And the violence justifies them bringing on more violence. That's why they have all the super tanks and the helicopters and the nuclear weapons and the body armor, and paying regular human beings to become enforcers. And they are protecting the very people who are stealing from them. So you might think you're just one person, but you can spread a voice. And as you can see by the numerous amount of people who thank me on a daily basis, and numerous amount of people who are telling me they are inspired, it shows that one person can make a difference. You're not going to get everybody. But if we all just say, oh, well, there's nothing I can do, and give up, then they definitely win. There's a thing called problem, reaction, solution. And it's going on right now. And look at the reaction. And they will come up with the solution to protect us. They're sending in the National Guard to keep the peace. And they want people to submit and be subservient and say, okay, let your masters come in and clean up your mess. We know better than you. And the people will allow it. But remember, that's a choice. That's a choice you don't have to make. Because in an infinite world of endless possibilities, there are always alternative ways. And they don't want you to think that way. I hope you'll reconsider that. Because I need your help. Your fellow man needs your help. Your family, your future needs your help. It's time to do your part. And some people say, oh, well, all you're doing is just talking. Well, that's how it starts. And I'll tell you this much. I am not going through what some of the people are about to go through in Ferguson that are starting these civil unrests and starting the potential fighting and shooting. You got to rise above. So if you appreciate this stuff, I'm asking you to either share my videos or make your own and say it's time. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to speak like me. You don't have to be better than me. You just have to say from the heart. You are never wrong when you speak from the heart. And don't worry if you slip up. Why do you think I don't edit my videos? Why do you think I don't put all fancy stuff around and do all cartoons and explosions and special effects? Why do you think I don't cut out, like, if I make a mistake or say something dumb or incorrectly? Why I don't cut it out? Because I want people to see that I'm just a human being. I make mistakes, but that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. What's wrong is when you frustrate yourself and give up. Because like they say, to get people to buy lottery tickets is you got to be in it to win it. Just because you're in it doesn't mean you'll win. But you have a much better chance of winning than not being in it. So, everything is a choice, including doing nothing. And allowing this evil to continue is going to affect you in one way or another. It may not happen today. It may be tomorrow, not tomorrow. But it will if we leave it alone. It's like a cancer. If you go to a doctor and they say, well, you got a little mole here, it's benign, but it could turn into something, I suggest that you take it out. And you say, well, you know, I'll save myself money. It's nothing to worry about. The doctor even said it. So, you know, I don't have the money to waste to get this out, so I'll leave it there. And then one day it starts growing. And then guess what? It costs more to get it out. And then you say, well, I can't afford that, so I guess I'll just take my chances and I'll hope for the best. And then one day it spreads to the point where the doctor says, I'm sorry, there's nothing more we can do. And then you regret the simple mistake that you made in the beginning, saying, oh, well, it's no big deal. And that's what they do with these events. And that's why I've been warning people for years, It's to prepare for things and be aware of things before they happen. Because when they happen, it's too late. And that's what people just don't seem to understand. And you can make a difference by caring for your friends, even if they don't thank you. You think I get more hatred and ignored more than I'm ever thanked. So this is not a job where I'm getting praised, and I'm no Pootie Pie or, all these other famous people that are doing nothing that contribute to helping the world become a better place. Yeah, it's a good distraction. It's good entertainment. But I don't do it for that. Because if I did that, I definitely would have some kind of major ego problem if I'm trying to do this to become famous. I'd be kidding myself. It's the exact opposite. I get hated on for just being a messenger. Nitpicked for every one little thing I say wrong. So I could say 90 things right. If I say one thing wrong, there are people waiting to beat me down for it. But you know what? It's the right thing to do. And as you can see, I've been talking about this. Some of you have been following me from my old channel, Barn on 11967. And I'm still here. So maybe people needed to see that to show that if you let go of the lower vibrations, the lower negative energy, and stop being afraid, they're not going to be able to control the people. You don't have to put a gun to somebody's head to make change. There are always alternatives. Keep that in mind. If any of you decide that today is the day I'm going to make my first video and make a stand and speak up and take responsibility for their own lives and the lives of the people around them, post the link here and I will share it so others can see it and help you get the message out. And if your one person awakens 2 people and that continues on from there, that's a cancer that they can't stop. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace.